Good day, everyone. We students in Human Resources Management class and Dr. Cecile Runia, as our course facilitator, will be presenting our recruitment strategic plan. We have chosen Landport One Elementary School as a location where we will carry out our plan, recruitment strategy plan.
This video will highlight 6 processes on how to recruitment plan. First, establish of goals. Second, assessment of needs. Third, job analysis. Fourth, preparation of job description. Fifth, internal and external recruitment. And last one is establish applicable.
The first step is establishment of goals, and we have set a long-term goal. The second step is the assessment of needs, and we have assessed that there is a job vacancy in Olongapo Adventist Elementary School. The third step is the job analysis. It is the process of studying a job to determine which activities and responsibilities it includes, its relative importance to the other jobs, the qualification necessary for the performance of the job, and the condition under which the work is performed. So in job analysis, these are the things that we consider. What is the main objective? And that is to hire a competent elementary teacher who will conduct the job analysis, the Central Luzon Conference Education Superintendent, the Olongapo Adventist Elementary School Principal, together with the school board. After gathering the data through interviews and questionnaires, we have come up with this required qualification who could best perform the job. Must be a licensed professional elementary teacher, earned bachelor's degree in elementary education, with or without teaching experience, and preferably an invested master guide. Also must have a high competence in the following areas. First, in teaching methodology, classroom management, interpersonal skills, integration of faith and learning, and also both in written and oral English communication.
Step 4 is job description, and we know that job description is a part of job analysis. So for the job description, we have three things to consider. We have the job summary, we also have the job duties and job specification. So let us first discuss job summary. So for the job summary, elementary classroom teacher is delegated to serve as school personnel in the classroom and thus other responsibilities assigned to him or to her by the principal or head teacher. So in this case, it's not only being responsible inside the classroom, but whatever the principal or head teacher asks to do, so long as it's all about for the development of the school, then the classroom teacher should be able to abide with these responsibilities. For the job duties, we have here a list of things that should be considered, especially with the duties assigned to the classroom teacher. First is the personality profile. So what is the personality profile? Well, it is the graphic presentation of results from psychological testing that provides a summary of a person's traits or other unique attributes and tendencies. There should be psychological tests administered so that the results could be seen. And then that teacher should prepare updated educational materials, especially now that it's pandemic. So there are a lot of online materials that can be used or ready made online materials, and also we can have our own online educational materials. Then we also have wholesome character. Of course, we want to have a positive environment, so a teacher should be able to abide with manners, especially with the code of ethics, like that, for a teacher to be able to do the duties and responsibilities, right? And then, well, that one of the job duties as well is promotes Adventist education. So the teacher should be able to uphold the standard of Adventist education. And aside from that, that in every lesson there should be an integration of faith and values learning. And then another one is goal driven educator. So there are short term goals and there are also long term goals. So with the short term goals done, then the long term goals would be achieved as well. Teachers should also be flexible. Flexibility is very important, especially nowadays. Sometimes our students cannot catch with our lessons right away because of the many like technical glitches like that. So there should be a remediation or an intervention that a teacher should do. And then we also have good in interpersonal skills. So aside from knowing yourself, what are your strengths and weaknesses, of course, you should be able to deal properly as well with your co-teachers, with the school community, and of course with the working environment. You should have a good relationship with the parents as well, because they are also of great help, especially in encouraging and supporting their children to go to school. Then prompt in returning checked outputs. So there should be a close monitoring of the results, so that if a student is lacking requirements, then they can be able to catch that, especially with the particular grading period. Then keeps up to date lesson plans. Of course, there are already lesson plans, especially with the most essential learning competencies. We can actually have that in the DepEd portal. But once again, it's so good when these lesson plans are driven as well from Adventist education. Like there should really be integration of faith and values learning, and also assists principal in the job, especially in the school, willing to assist the principal, and attends religious programs. We know that teachers model spirituality as well, so they are expected to attend as well in religious programs. Then attends flag ceremony and faculty meetings, so that um, whatever action the school will have to do, especially in solving issues like that, or in being updated of the things inside the classroom and even in the school. So there should be regular faculty meetings and attendance, of course. And then we also have the job specification. Here in the Philippines, in order for you to be able to teach, you need to have a bachelor's degree holder and, of course, a license to be able to teach. But in our church schools, we also allow students who do not have yet license to be able to teach as well. Then graduate in Adventist education. So since um, you need to introduce, or you need to share and work in an Adventist environment. So an applicant should be a graduate in Adventist education. But if you are not affiliated in an Adventist education with regard to your undergrad, then you must earn Bible units, and you need to finish 18 units for the Bible subjects. Okay. So Another one is knowledgeable with denomination and government policies. So we know the 28 fundamental beliefs as well as the Southern Asia Pacific Division working policy. And then we also have government policies. So aside from the DEP and memos that we adhere to, we also adhere to the Adventist education system. So it's like you need to get to know about. You need to have a knowledge of how these policies are being executed. Then, of course, optimistic, teachable, and good attitude. We are all learners, even teachers are learners as well. So, being teachable is very important. And yeah, to be professional, has a good attitude, and of course, optimistic. And we have to consider good influence as well. We are influencer, especially with our students first and foremost. So we should always remember that Jesus is our master teacher and we are instruments of God used for the salvation of these kids or for them to get to know and have a relationship with Jesus. So, good influence is very important. Then, of course, physically and mentally fit. So, aside from the psychological test, we also do medical exams like that. And, of course, the mental health should really be healthy, yeah, especially nowadays.
Step 5, internal and external recruiting. For internal recruiting, our school hire from within the organization through the use of media, such as our teachers' group chat in the messenger since it's online. And also we contact previous employees and part-time employees that are teaching before. And also we request referrals from our co-teachers or from another human resource administrator. For our external recruitment, we posted brochure and link in the Facebook page where teachers who's willing to apply can access since we have our school's Facebook page along the Pure Adventist Elementary School in the Facebook. Step 6, establishment of applicant tool. This information will be included in the announcement of job vacancy posted in the Facebook page.
For the integration of faith and values in learning part, I will share some texts from Leviticus chapter 19 verse 33 to 34 and chapter 22 verse 21. It says, "When a stranger resides with you in your land, you shall not do him wrong. Love him as yourself. I am Lord your God. You shall not wrong a stranger or oppress him, for you were a stranger in the land of Egypt." For us, the future HR managers, it's easy for employees to tell alienated and estranged from the top echelons of a company's leadership. When workers feel like strangers, morale will be low, conflict frequent, and turnover high. Every new worker enters as a stranger, but a soldier school will have specific strategies for assimilating them into the corporate community. And in the future, the managers, supervisors, team leaders, and other with leadership responsibility for those under them should remember that they themselves were once in the lower ranks and treat those who report to them as they want to be treated when in a lower position. And for the next, I want to share a paragraph from True Education Chapter 9 from Ellen G. White. It says, "True education means more than pursuing a certain course of study. It has to do with the whole person and with the whole period of existence possible to human being. It is the harmonious development of the physical, the mental and the spiritual powers.